What's up guys, this is Merc Music and welcome back to Nerd Plays. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how you can get Chinese Call of Duty Mobile on PC. Right off the bat, you're going to need a couple of things in order to make this possible and actually pull it off. You're going to obviously need a gaming PC, and in a sec I'm going to show you guys the site where you can see the minimum specs and also the recommended specs for your PC to run this game. And right off the bat, you're going to need one of two things. You're going to either need a WeChat account or you're going to need a QQ account. Now you guys might be a little familiar with QQ accounts if you played COD Online or if you watched me play Call of Duty Online, which was the Chinese exclusive Call of Duty game. That was unfortunately canceled, but now we have this, and if you had a QQ account from back then, good news, you can still use it in order to play this game as well. So hopefully you saved your QQ number and your password, because it can definitely come in handy when trying to get this done. And last but definitely not least, this is highly recommended if you don't speak Chinese or if you don't read Chinese. Make sure you have a phone with Google Translate installed, and make sure that you have Chinese simplified or, Chinese traditional. Make sure you have that installed so that way you can do real-time translations on your phone into the language that you can actually read and understand. Because as you can see, we're on the game as there's no localized English because obviously this is the Chinese open beta. Now right off the bat, you're probably wondering, Eric, why would I want to play this in the first place? Well, you don't necessarily need to. Obviously, if you own COD Mobile on your phone and you like to play it on there, then you're set, you're fine. But if you want to play the game on PC, especially seeing the newer optimizations and see how it feels, then obviously you'd want to try out the open beta and see how it is on PC. Now, if you don't want to do all of these steps, you could just wait for it to come out in your area once it is available, but that could also take a super long time. It could be months, it could be years, we don't know exactly how long. So again, if you have a gaming PC that can run the game, if you're willing to learn how to make a WeChat or QQ account, and you have a phone that can translate from Chinese into your spoken or understood language, then you can do this if you want to. But one more fair warning, you will be playing against other Chinese people, so depending on how close you live to China can also heavily impact your performance, like your ping experience in the game and your connection. So with all of that out of the way, I want to take you guys through the steps that I went through to get the game working for me, because I feel like that's the simplest way to explain it. And just to make things as easy as I possibly can for you guys, all of the links to everything that I'm showing in this video will be in the description, so you can easily access all of these different websites. The very first one is the Reddit page that was initially explaining how you can get access to the Chinese PC version of the COD Mobile beta test. The very first step here says, create a WeChat or QQ account, since you can only log in with these options on the Chinese version of this game, which is true. And there are other tutorials, but I do want to kind of try to walk you guys through it. I'm not going to be making an account from scratch in this video because I straight up can't. And you'll see why in a second. But next up, it says to download the PC client on the official Tencent Chinese website, which I have right here. And again, this link will be in the description as well. When you're on this website, this is the button that you're going to click to download the game. And if you're not sure about that, again, you can translate it for yourself, but this is the button that I clicked, and this is how you download the Chinese beta test. But on top of that, if you scroll down, you can see the latest update for the game, the version that it's running on. They also have an FAQ, but this is what you're going to want to pay attention to if you're not sure if your PC can run the game, which honestly, it should. These are some very easy specs for a lot of PCs to hit. I'm not going to waste your guys' time by reading the specs. You guys can clearly see it. You can pause if you want. You can screenshot. I have the website linked in the description, but just know that on the left, these are the minimum specs required, and on the right, we have the recommended specs. But yes, once you're on this website, you want to click this button right here, and that's going to download the installer for the game. This is what it's going to look like in your download folder, and you need to just run this and install the game. But you're going to notice that once you launch the game, you need to either log in with a WeChat account or a QQ account. Now, right off the bat, I'm going to recommend not creating a WeChat account, and it's partially because of this website right here, which was sharing some information about how you can sign up for it and get it working. And I will be reading this from the website just so you guys are informed about what it is. WeChat is a popular messaging app by Tencent and now has over 1 billion active users. It's straightforward to use, and that's probably why people like using it, but the sign up process can be complicated, especially if you're not in China. And it also says that WeChat is a Chinese app, some of which have likened it to Trojan horses. Understandably, WeChat is one of the most powerful tools in China's monitoring toolkit. So just keep that in mind. If you guys are unsure about WeChat, maybe you don't want them to have your data or be tracked or something like that, then I would skip WeChat entirely. But if you're going to take some steps and be safe with it, you could use a VPN. You would have to go into either the App Store or the Google Play Store, and you need to download and install the WeChat app. From there, you would sign up, and you have to provide certain information. You could put in a fake name, but you do need an actual valid phone number to verify. Now, I'll just tell you guys straight up, I went the QQ route because I still had all of that information saved from when I last played Call of Duty Online. And in my opinion, I would recommend going the QQ route as well. I just feel like it's a little bit more straightforward and easier to kind of get going, especially when we get to the next section, because even when you put in all this information and agree to their TOS, you now need to verify your accounts. Now, they have these little puzzle tricks and stuff like that. They have CAPTCHAs, and QQ has this as well, but this is where it gets weird. Verifying your WeChat account. And if you have friends, like friends who already have a verified account, that's apparently how you can verify your own account. But if you don't know anyone else with WeChat and you can't verify through that method, you need to be signed up for at least 6 months, which is ridiculous, or you can activate WeChat Pay. So basically, you have to put a payment option onto the app. It does say here, not verified another WeChat user in the past month. You can apparently verify a maximum of 3 accounts per year. So maybe it's not that difficult based off of this one right here. But it also says not been blocked in the past month. So hopefully you don't make any enemies on WeChat. But yes, if you're willing to go through all those hoops and hurdles for WeChat, this is how you would do it. And it's not going to be that difficult if you're willing to go through all of these steps. But then we have this other one over here. Again, the link is in the description for the website. This is how you can set up a QQ account in 2024. Again, just like WeChat, a phone number is essential to register for QQ. And this holds true for me as well. Anytime I try to log in or use my QQ account, no matter what the circumstances, they're going to send me a text with a code, and I'm going to have to enter that code in order to verify that I'm an actual person trying to log into the account. And as a fair warning here, it says as well, if you don't have a phone number, or if you've already used your phone number with another QQ account, you cannot use that phone number to register with QQ, which is exactly why I'm so glad I saved all of that information, even though COD Online shut down, because once you register your phone number to a QQ account, you can't do it again. So make sure that you have all of that information saved when you're signing up. Now, again, if you guys are worried about them potentially collecting your data or information and stuff like that, just know that they will potentially be collecting personal information. But again, we are just using the app purely just to log in and play COD Mobile on PC. So they're not going to really have that much data or information to work with, unless of course they are gathering cookies from your phone. But I want you guys to be completely and fully aware of that before you get into this process. Now, if I go to QQ.com, you're also going to want to make sure that you're in Chrome or some kind of browser that can automatically translate from Chinese to English. That's also a massive plus. This is the QQ website right here. And if we go ahead and click login, this is what it's going to look like. This is a pretty common thing that can happen as well. It will load a QR code, and you can scan this with your phone if you're willing to download either the WeChat app or the QQ app. But if you don't want to, you can click this on the far left, and you can manually enter in your QQ number as well as your password. I can speak from experience because I've done this a lot of times already. You're going to have to enter your QQ number, enter in your password, solve a CAPTCHA, which could require you to use Google Translate on your phone because sometimes they're not the most straightforward. It's not always like an easy puzzle. So having Google Translate on your phone can really come in clutch. And then typically after that, they're going to require the phone number verification. So you're going to have to send a text and then put in the code from your phone. You're going to have like 60 seconds to be able to do that. But once you do all of that stuff, you will be logged in and you're going to be able to play the game. Beyond that, you're going to have to make a username. You're going to have to do the tutorial stuff on COD Mobile and mess with all of your settings. But I won't be going in depth on that in this video because this is purely a tutorial on how to get the game installed and how to get it up and running. I could possibly consider making a more in-depth tutorial on settings and stuff like that if you guys really do want to see that. But at the same time, I do want to gauge interest on the tutorial video like this first to see if you guys are even interested in downloading and playing the game, because it does obviously require some setup and it's not the most intuitive or easy thing to do, but hopefully this video does help. And with that being said, thank you guys very much for watching. I really do hope you guys enjoyed this quick little tutorial on how to play the Chinese Call of Duty Mobile PC open beta. If you guys did enjoy this video and you want to see some more Chinese Call of Duty stuff, make sure to drop a like. I'll see you guys later.